everyone, a very warm welcome to Target M 2006. I'm Sakal Bhatt, and Target M 2006 is Doordarshan's series of episodes basically focusing on Team India's level of preparedness. In fact, how well are we on the right track to kind of outshine in Commonwealth 2006? And in today's episode, we are going to take a deeper look at shooting, of course, take a big picture. What is it like? And to discuss all the aspects concerning shooting, the team contingent that would be participating in Commonwealth 2006, we have an esteemed panel today. Let me have the honor of introducing them. Today we have with us Professor Sunny Thomas. He is Dronacharya Wadi, National Coach Shooting. Professor Thomas, thank you very, very much for being with us. We also have with us Baljit Singh Sethi, Secretary General, National Rifle Association of India and Vice President, Asian Shooting Confederation. बलजीत सिंह सेठी जी आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है और धन्यवाद हमारे साथ इस शो में भाग लेने के लिए. And also we have with us today Morad Ali Khan. Morad is 6 times national champion in trap and double trap shooting. He is also the Arjuna Awardee and of course Commonwealth and Asian gold medalist. Morad, welcome and thank you.
Thank you.
Professor Thomas, let me begin with you. Flashback Commonwealth 2002, stupendous performance there by India. Now 24 medals, there are 14 golds. A lot of years down the line, Commonwealth 2006, what are the preparations? Are we really going to have that history repeats itself this time around as far as shooting is concerned?
Well, this time also we have done enough preparation. We would like to retain the position that we got last time. We were the reigning champions, Commonwealth champions. So we would like to have that at least the 24 medals, maybe 14 or whatever like that. So preparations are going on. Still the team is practicing in Delhi.
All set for the big event, the gala
event.
Yeah,
we are all waiting for that.
But आप हमें बताइए, brighter sparks in the contingent. What is the team composition like? New potential, fresh faces, and of course the experienced lot. If you talk about the 2006 Commonwealth,
there are a lot of shooters, who are juniors, but they are shooting as seniors, and I think they are doing equally well as the seniors. And I'm confident that this time shooting should do better than last year, better than, last Commonwealth Games, because they are well prepared now, and we have 2 coaches also who are preparing the team for a long time. So I have no doubt that we will probably retain the last position where we were Commonwealth champions.
Right. Morad, let me just ask you to begin with, for a shooter, you have had a stupendous international exposure as far as shooting is concerned. What is the kind of psychological build-up when you go out and kind of beat there and beat world champions like Australia?
We are very strong mentally in India in shooting. Especially, I can only talk about shooting as such. And what we concentrated on is building a team. Both Rathore and me initially when we discussed, because double trap was a new event and we have just come into the international scene. So before Commonwealth Games, we concentrated on building a team, because it's always in a team that you get a bright spark. Where if the team is performing well, then you have somebody doing very well in the team and somebody doing little less. But as a team, if you win, then you can always win individual medals. And that's what we are concentrating on, a lot of mental preparation. In fact, we used to talk in between our rounds and give each other a lot of encouragement, because both of us had enough experience in shooting, which really helped, because one of the rounds I remember in our first, by the way, that was the first gold medal that India won in double trap.
Yeah.
And during the rounds, because one round Rathore didn't have very good, so we talked, we went aside, had a cup of coffee, and we discussed the whole thing, and we gave each other enough encouragement to go and fight back, because we were competing against 2 Olympic gold medalists, a world champion and an Olympic silver medalist, and we were really the underdogs.
Right.
But it never bothers us. It never bothers us, because we think we are the best in as far as Commonwealth goes.
We'll discuss about the glorious gold, but first let's take a look at this particular package. We're talking about Commonwealth 2002.
Yeah, Singh. Russell Mark. I thought he might have, didn't appear to have winged it. He drops back into silver. 10 misses. Chekuti's had 11 misses. Singh stays in front. Last round. Position. I can't see the scoreboard, but by my calculation, I'm sure this is the last round. And Russell Mark's in front. If he gets this, it's the gold medal. We'll see how Singh goes. Gets the silver. Gets the gold at least. Mark had dropped that other one. So Mark gets the silver and Singh holds on. Raj Singh takes the gold medal.
Well, right there, quite an emphatic Morad Ali Khan and Rajvardhan Rathore. They're doing nation proud, clinching gold. Now, Morad, share us some memories at glorious gold. What was it like?
It was a good feeling, especially because this was the first time that India was doing well in this particular event. And now when I look back, I think that was the first step for the Olympic medal. Because from there we started, we won the Asian after that, back to back. Last 3 years we have been winning it, and then Rathore goes and wins the silver at the Olympics. So I think that was the starting point, and we really look back and think that the kind of confidence that was, now when I see the clip and I realize that we were really confident, we were not bothered about the Olympic medalists with whom we were fighting. And we were just going out there to shoot everything that comes out of the trench, whether it was a regular target or irregular target. We didn't bother about it. We decided that anything that comes out of the trench, just smash it. And that's what we did.
Right. Professor Thomas, before we just slip into the break, very quick take on this particular fact that Manchester 2002 Commonwealth, the kind of consistency that perhaps shooting, the brilliant performance that we saw, are we still expecting that consistency perhaps much better?
Definitely we are expecting as good as that,
right,
or if possible better than that, because we are going with proper preparations, and we are used to the place also, because we had gone to Australia, the same venue. We shot, last year we shot in March, and now about a couple of weeks back we were in Australia doing some practice, and we participated in the Australian Cup there. And there also only 4 countries were there, but we, out of the 13 events, 13 possible gold, we got 11 gold there.
Right. Let me just quote some of the reports, the print reports. They're saying that for India it was raining gold in Bisley shooting ranges. I'm sure as a coach it must have been the most emphatic moment for you as well.
Yeah, really. In fact, actually, some of them asked, the English people asked me, we have heard much about your hockey, about your cricket, but we have never heard that you are good at shooting.
Shooting as well.
And my reply was, I'm not surprised by hearing this thing, because we are not properly accepted or acknowledged even in our country. At that time, that was the fact. But now everything has changed,
right,
because mainly because of the media and other thing, it has become more and more popular.
We'll
now.
of course talk about the fact, the kind of promotion that shooting deserves, but right now we have to slip into a very, very short break. You're watching Target M 2006. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
It's a huge sporting spectacle. Over 70 countries will participate. Watch India win many medals in the 2006 Commonwealth Games in Melbourne. Join me in watching live and exclusive on DD.
Welcome back to Target M 2006. We're talking about shooting, expectations from Team India as they would participate in Commonwealth 2006. बलजीत सिंह, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूँगी, अगर हम इंटरनेशनल रैंकिंग की बात करें और हम भारत की पोजीशनिंग की बात करें, how far really we have consolidated our position to kind of go up the leaderboard?
देखिए कि राठौर जो है is number 2 in the world right now. And other rifle shooters also, they come within the 10 also. And I think this is the first time, that our shooters have come to some status as far as world shooting is concerned. And I can assure you that this year is a very important year for us. There are a lot of World Cups. There are 4 in rifle pistol, 4 in shotgun, World Championship, Asian shooting, Commonwealth, and then we might have SAF games also, national games also. So this is probably one of the busiest year I've seen in last 20 years. And I can assure you that the shooters at all levels will do very well, whether it's a World Cup, whether it's a World Championship, and whether it's Asian game. I will mention here that we have to do very well in Asian games if we want to do well in Olympics also. Because Asian games, we don't win so many gold medals, you know. For the last time, I think we won a medal was in '94, when Jaspal won a medal in center fire. So after that, we haven't won a gold medal, you know. So our main target is now Asian Games, which is from 1st to 15th in Doha. And if we do very well there, nothing can stop us to get few more medals at Olympic also.
Right. Professor Thomas, very briefly before we go on to the clipping now, tell me, we do have tremendous potential as far as picking goals are concerned. We've taken a quick look at the stats and also the kind of performance that over the years, post-Commonwealth 2002, that the shooting has kind of given us. Tell us, what is the real picture? What is the big picture as far as infrastructure, training and coaching is concerned? What is it that is missing still?
Okay, if you come back to 1982, where we had the Asiad, our range was supposed to be one of the best in the world. And I don't want to make any comment about the present condition of the range, because we are going for a better range, but we have got a number of ranges in different parts of India. That's welcoming. Hyderabad we have got, Chennai they are having just now, Bangalore they have got. So that way it has improved. But a lot of things you have to do if you have to come to the international standard. Now the government is taking steps to update it. But with whatever things we have got, we have prepared well, and we are expecting to get a better result.
Let's again take a look at the glorious moments of Commonwealth 2002. Right now what we are going to do, we are going to show you a package about men's 10-meter air rifle pair, series of 60 shots wherein star shooter Abhinav Bindra, who was just of 19 years of age then, and Samir Amrekar clinched gold for the nation. Let's quickly take a look.
In the shooting at Bisley, it's been a golden day for India, with the highlight coming in the men's 10-meter air rifle pairs. 19-year-old Abhinav Bindra has already been a national champion since 1998. He teamed up with another promising young talent, Samir Ambakar. The closest challenge to India came from Muhammad Erman Zakaria of Malaysia, and his teammate Muhammad Hamilai Mutalib, whose father won silver in this event 4 years ago. Bindra was the first to complete his 60 shots and watched as Ambakar clinched victory in a new Commonwealth record. Malaysia surpassed expectations to take silver, leaving pre-event favourites England in third, while Bangladesh just missed out on a medal, finishing in joint fourth. For India, it was their first medal of the Games, and it was gold.
Now, Professor Thomas, now tell us about Abhinav Bindra. What is it about him? I mean, of course, this time around, we do expect a lot from him.
Now, he is again in the team. In 2 teams he is now. Last time in Commonwealth he was shooting only air rifle. Now he is in the 3-position team also. Both he is performing well. He is one of the most hard-working shooters that we have got in India. So
promising future up ahead for Abhinav.
Yeah, definitely it is there. And he is of world standard. There's no doubt about that.
Brilliant. Morad, now let's talk about the core issues. Now, very sensitive here. There were certain reports suggesting that some of the major events, domestic events of shooting, had to be cut short because of lack of ammunition. As a shooter, tell us, what are the constraints that you faced, perhaps the shooters have faced?
You know, contrary to the perception which general public might have that after India won the Olympic silver medal at Athens, shooting will take a different level altogether. But I think 12 months after the Olympic medal as the worst 12 months in the shooting history of this country that I as a shooter have seen. I've been shooting for 10 years.
Okay.
There was no ammunition imported, there was no ammunition available. we, including me, Mr. Sethi is here, I am also party to it because I was also one of the shooters who gave ammunition to the National Rifle Association of India to conduct coaching camps. We were going to World Cups, practicing for 2 days, 3 days, and expected to win a medal because in order for the country to see that or the country to rejoice in winning, they must understand what it takes to be a winner or what it takes to be a loser. Now, just for expecting something from somebody because he's gone there to shoot, you have to see what is in the background, whether he's got enough training, whether he's got enough facilities. Now, if we are going to spend most of our time on the files and not on the ground, then you can expect nothing. And Professor Thomas just now said that we are very prepared for the Commonwealth Games. Our preparation started only in last couple of months. Is that the way to prepare for Commonwealth Games? We should have started in 2002.
Right. Sethi ji, आप क्या कहेंगे? आप मुराद जो कह रहे हैं, level की बात कर रहे हैं, constraints की बात कर रहे हैं, lack of ammunition की वजह से training को cut short किया गया. What is the real thing? How would you explain that?
Actually, he's right. There was shortage of ammunition earlier, but now that is overcome now. They got the ammunition, enough ammunition. I think the problem is not there. Now, I'm quite certain that probably in the next few years, there will be no problem for ammunition and there will be enough ammunition and clay birds to shoot, for training.
Right. Well, very optimistic there. अब हमें ये बताइए आप कि हमने world class shooters produce किए. We have Rathore, we have Bindra. What about the promotion of the sport? What about shooting in our country where cricket is like next to religion? Promotion के लिए क्या किया जा रहा है? What is the policy decision on that particular aspect?
That the government has to do because we are not finding any sponsor, Whichever sponsor we approach, they say that they don't get mileage from shooting. So they are not coming forward, So we have to totally depend on the government, And I think now government is also quite serious because they feel that shooting has a lot of scope and it can bring a lot of medals also. So they are doing their best also. And I think within few years you will see that the entire scenario is changed,
Right.
Things will improve, I think.
Right. We'll of course talk about the change scenario that is in the pipeline and what is the kind of forward planning that is required to give shooting that kind of fillip, because shooting has been producing stars and we're really looking forward to brighter sparks as far as shooting and Commonwealth 2006 is concerned. Now, right now again we're slipping into a very short break. Stay tuned.
At the 2002 Manchester Commonwealth Games, the performance of the Indian contingent caught the imagination of the entire nation. This time around at Melbourne, who will be the new Indian sports heroes? Watch live and exclusive only on Doordarshan.
Welcome back to Target M 2006. Professor Thomas, now your last comment on the fact that what is the kind of potential that shooting holds for the nation as far as international competitions and performing there outstandingly is concerned, and also as a coach, what are your suggestions? What kind of planning and policies and of course the strategies should be in place to kind of go ahead and outshine?
After Rajivardhan Singh's silver, well, more and more people are coming to the field of shooting. Now, as far as standard is concerned, it has gone up like anything. It's a bit difficult to select a two-member team because maybe 6 or more will be having the same standard. Now, the government has imported ammunition, maybe a bit late, but we have got enough ammunition.
But is that a constraint as well if you have to
import
import ammunition?
There. Now, what has to be done is in future, it must become something like a system. It has to be something like a routine thing. Every year, when everything is over, then only actually they think of importing. So for some time there is nothing. That should not have. It should be a never-ending or a continuous process. It should be. So every year we must have this ammunition imported. That is very, very important for us. As far as the standard is concerned, we are coming almost, we are known everywhere. Earlier, whenever we used to go for a World Cup, nobody used to pay any attention to the Indians. Now we are coming to the finals of almost all the events. That is the top 8 of the world almost all the events. So we are being noticed everywhere.
Talking about almost all the events and getting really noticed in the international arena, let's not forget Anjali Ved Pathak and others, the women contingent. They also performed brilliantly if we talk about Commonwealth 2002. Now quickly let's take a look at this package.
Go for India on the shooting range. After yesterday's triumph for the men's 10-metre air rifle pairs, today is the turn of the women. And Jali Bagrat led the way with 2 maximum scores. And with partner Seema Shawar, they took the Indians out of sight. Coach Tony Thomas looked on confidently as Shawar finished her 40 shots. The pair set a new games record, 6 goals.
India.
And there is further success for India's women in the 10-metre air pistol pairs, with silver for Sweta Chaudhary and Sheila Kamingo, a late entry approval.
बेटी जी, हमने अभी देखा, हमें बताइए, even women contingent, they are no less behind their male counterparts. बात करें तो 2002 की परफॉर्मेंस की, और अगर आप उस परफॉर्मेंस को एनालाइज करें, आगे का क्या जो रोड मैप है, तो क्या कहेंगे स्पेसिफिकली अबाउट women contingent?
लेडीज जो है बहुत अच्छा कर रही हैं हमारे यहाँ, और अभी भी जो 27 आदमी जा रहे हैं उसमें 11 लेडीज हैं, और मैं सोचता हूँ कि लेडीज जो हैं इनकी हर इवेंट में हमें मेडल की उम्मीद है कि हर इवेंट में ये मेडल लेके आएंगे. और लेडीज जो है लास्ट जो है फ्यू इयर्स में काफ़ी जो है लेडीज एयर राइफल में स्पेशली जो है इतना अच्छा जो है इनकी परफॉर्मेंस है कि अब जो है सिलेक्शन करनी हमें मुश्किल हो गई है. और मैं सोचता हूँ कि ये लेडीज़ के लिए बहुत अच्छा है, और ये लेडीज़ जो हैं नियरली जो है नज़दीक में बहुत से मेडल लाएंगी, कॉमनवेल्थ में हो या एशियन गेम्स में हो या वर्ल्ड कप में हो. हम पूरी उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि ये मेडल लेके आएंगे.
Right. Morad, now you of course have been a 6 times national champion in trap and double trap shooting. Now, what is your comment on the kind of performance that the female contingent has shown, and what is the overall picture? What is the kind of promise that women shooters have shown and they will be showing?
I'm scared of any lady with a gun because they've been shooting so well. It's difficult for them to miss anything. And they're very bright lots, especially the youngsters. I've seen them shoot, the kind of dedication, concentration they have. I think they're going to do well in future, not only in Commonwealth Games, but even in future competitions. They're going to do very, very well. In fact, both Anjali and Suma, Rathore and me, we used to call them our mascots because all 4 of us, Anjali, Rathore, Suma and me, left together the games. And all 4 of us won gold medal that day. So it was really, it's just a coincidence that it happened and it just came to my mind. But they have been shooting very, very well.
Professor Thomas, your last comment as a coach. Of course, your role has been tremendously critical. What are you looking ahead? Bright future, of course, bright performance from India by Team India contingent in 2006 Commonwealth?
Definitely, we are expecting a very good performance in the coming Commonwealth Games and the future international because this is the year in which we have to get the quotas. Last year we didn't get in quota. For the coming Olympics we have to get the quota. So we are on the Asian Games or the Commonwealth Games, you cannot get a quota, but there are 4 World Cups ahead of us, and the World Championship where the more than 1 quotas are there, and we are waiting for that.
Right. On that note, Professor Thomas says that we, in fact, Team India, as far as shooting is concerned, they are on the right track to be there at the top as far as shooting in Commonwealth 2006 is concerned. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being with us. And with that, we wind up this particular edition of Target M 2006. Thanks for being with us. Namaskar.